Welcome, everybody. Thanks for stopping by Level M Diecast today. Hot Wheels Boulevard 2025 mix number 3. Mix number 3 also just happens to have 3 brand new castings in the mix as well. Nothing's changed with the card art or anything like that. This is number 126 through 130. So Boulevard is way up there in the numbers. There is the mix right there. This is the entire series. Picked these up from Walmart here in the U.S., so if you are looking for these are readily available, so to speak. I use that loosely. 2008 Mercedes-Benz CLK63 AMG Black Series. Brand spanking new casting for this year. Brand spanking new casting debuting in, of course, Boulevard. So we'll get the AMG popped out. Really happy to see this particular one. So the previous CLK coupe they did was not very good. This one is spot on. The prints look fantastic. It says AMG on the front. Digging it. The Mercedes logo looks very good as well. Nice and wide. Really good stance on the model itself. A little bit of a carbon fiber spoiler there on the back. Prints look pretty good. It says AMG on the plate. CLK63 on the left side. AMG on the right side. I know it's really close up. The picture, it looks like a picture printed on there, but it really doesn't look as bad when you're not so close up to the model itself. You can see the exhaust tips are also painted on. Just a couple of exhaust tips printed on that matte black base. There is the matte black base right there, looking like a base. Nothing particularly fancy. There is your side profile, of course, without, of course, a B pillar in there. Essentially a floating roof, so to speak. It looks good. Details look very nice. A little bit of print right there on the side. Might say compressor or something right there on the side. Or might just say 63 AMG. I'm not really sure. But this one looks pretty good. Always happy to have another Mercedes in the mix. I think Mercedes is super collectible. Super popular. So we'll put that guy in right there. Very cool to see that one. Nice to see that one and maybe black coming up. Looking very good. All right, number 127, Maserati MC20. Another brand spanking new casting. Brand spanking new debuting right here on Boulevard. Second new casting of the mix. Number 127. This one debuting in white. There is the details on the side. Of course, it does say MC20 right there in that print, although the print's not that legible if you get close up to it, but if you know the car, you know it says MC20. It has a black painted roof, so the black roof right here, you can see has got print on it. It looks pretty good, so I do like that. I do like the Maserati logo there around the buttress kind of area, looking pretty good. Details in the back says MC20, Maserati, taillight prints look pretty average. But the rest of it's pretty nice. The black you see on the bottom is actually the base. So nice to see a little bit of print get on the base as well. So I know that's usually a little bit more expensive to print the body and the base, but this was necessary. There is your front end design. The MC20 is not particularly beautiful. It's not particularly attractive or unattractive as a car. It's a relatively average, mid-mounted engine car. They kind of look all the same. The front end's not too bad. Your Trident logo there in the front looks good. The print looks pretty good. The headlights are pretty good as well. The side profile is also very nice. I mean, the model is really good. Very nice and wide. It's a relatively hefty model. I really like the fact that Hot Wheels is getting a little bit more thick with their castings, getting a little bit more substantial heft to them. There is the base deeds. Nothing with the base deeds. It's pretty straightforward. But not a bad one. Not a bad one. So I don't anticipate that model will be all that popular in its lifetime. But we'll see what happens. All right, time for a heavy hitter. Number 128. Yes, brand spanking new casting. This is what I love about Boulevard. Boulevard just has everything. It just has everything. 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro in a very awesome dark tan color. Looking ridiculously good. When we get to the end of this mix, I'll tell you what was the hardest one for me to find, because I did not find a whole set at once. Now, this casting is very cool in the way it's built. You see, it does have a red interior. So the seats are red and stuff like that, gives a nice break. But that interior also makes some details for the suspension in there. So you see a little bit of color break, which looks really cool. I think the overall construction and design of this casting was actually really, really nicely done. You can see the driver window is halfway down. I really like when they do that. And of course on this side, all the windows are up. Very, very cool little feature right there. Details on the back. The TRD Pro is embossed in the truck, in the tailgate right there, which is very, very cool. And then your iForce Max logo. Taillight prints look pretty good. I do like the color. I'm digging the color. The color is just awesome. I love this tan color. No ugly rivet spot or anything like that you see in the base, but there is a rivet there. It's just actually underneath the interior. So the interior actually goes over the part of the casting. So they still get the rivet spot in there, but then you don't have to see it on the top, which is actually really, really cool. I'm actually really, really stoked about that. A little bit of black print on the roof. Or I'm sorry, well, on the roof, yes, but also on the hood for the hood vent and stuff like that. And there's a little bit of print on the side of the hood right there, which would say TRD Pro, although the print is just so small you just can't read it. And then details from the front. Looks very, very good. I think they did a good job with the headlights. The new Tacoma is a very interesting model. Very, very interesting to make a 1/64 scale. It says Toyota on the front. And of course, your big O metal base, as you'd expect. Nothing particularly fancy with the base. It's pretty straightforward. But again, this model is very heft, very big. It's pretty heavy. The color is ridiculous, though, and I think they did a good job with just the overall design. This thing has a ton of print all over it. They did a really good job. They did really, really, really good job. So I'm pretty happy about that one. That is definitely worth the hype. No doubt about that. All right, for the last two, we have existing castings. Number 129, this is the 98 Alteza. Of course, this is only the second time we are seeing the Alteza. Did debut in, I believe, Modern Classics, and then it was the Chase. But this is only the second time we've seen this casting. I guarantee we're going to see this casting more, but for now, it's a little bit limited use. Get some of that yellow print off of there, yellow residue from the rivet. This particular one seems to have a little bit of a flaw on the side there. It happens. It's just mass-produced item. Carbon fiber hood on there. Carbon fiber looks average, not particularly fancy, but it looks okay. Details on the front. I think the print looks very, very good. It says Alteza on it. It's good. It's good. Of course, it's right-hand drive with the interior. I think the 5 spokes look great. The stance on this casting is very, very, very nice. It says Alteza in the back. It's got a plate on there. So, of course, it's a Hot Wheels plate. TEZ4 TIFF. Tiz Fortif. T's Fortif. You can decipher that however you want. It looks pretty good. A little bit of black print around the window surrounds as well. So, and then nothing particularly fancy with the base, although it is gloss black. Looking good. Looking good. Not as good as the silver one. Arguably, I think the silver one looked really good. Obviously, all murder black with the chase piece was really, really, really nice, but that's just kind of the way it is. All right, very last one in the mix, number 130. The 130, this is, of course, your 17.4 GT. This is the second time the GT has made a trip to the Boulevard. This casting's been in the Boulevard once before in gray, but nowhere near as cool as this one. This one is in a Heritage Deco. Number 5 on the side, print on the top looks absolutely fantastic. The headlights definitely look like pictures, but for this particular deco, I think it works. It's actually really, really nice looking. A little bit of print on the back as well. Number 5, got your taillights done up, your 2 exhaust ports there. This doesn't actually have, flying buttresses in the casting, but that's okay. GT wheels on there look pretty good. A little bit of Ford on the bottom. Side marker lights as well. So they did a pretty good job trying to get as much print into this one as they could. But this one looks really, really nice. I definitely think this one is definitely a really, really good addition. Word on the street is this one is probably going to end up being the peg warmer. But I will tell you that one was most difficult for me to find. I actually found all 4 of those in one trip. And it took me about a little over a week of hunting to try to find this last one. So to put the set together. So very interesting. that both GTs were gone when I originally found this particular mix. So that GT is really, really nice, though. The only one in the mix that's been in Boulevard before. And, of course, all three on the top, those are brand new castings. And just the second time we're seeing the Alteza mix. I mean, mix 3 is just loaded. This is just such a loaded mix. So drop a comment. Let me know what you think about those. Let me know what you think about the 3 new castings and which one's your favorite. I think of the 3 new castings, obviously the Mercedes is my favorite. I am super biased. I like Mercedes. But that's why the Tacoma is very, 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 very nice. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Catch you next time on LMD.